Well, Coach, obviously, what a great way to start the season with a big 13-0 victory. Feels like a complete game from both the offense and the pitching side. Just overall thoughts about your team's performance.
Yeah, it starts with Kyle Freeland. The guy went out there and just threw a ton of strikes, and then that's why he's on Friday night. Throws a lot of strikes with really good stuff, and so it gives us a chance to go win the baseball game. And so really good job by him. Obviously, a shutout is huge. Beaver's over there in the middle was clutch. We're going to kind of use him in that role, so it was kind of nice to see. 1 free 90 on the whole day. So for us, that's a stat we really follow. Really good defense, really good job throwing strikes. Then the offense, obviously some weird stuff happened. The triple play, you got Morris Homer there in the second, and then put a lot of runs in there late. So very complete game at the end of it. And you go double on opening night. You throw a shutout. It's a really good night. Yeah,
your pitching staff, 50 strikeouts, only allowing 3 hits. How proud of you, especially when you're having to replace a lot of arms from last year, being able to, despite whoever's across the dugout, being able to put up a performance like that.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, you strike out 15, you don't have to pick the baseball a whole lot, And so to me, that was a really good job by Kyle, just filling it up. He's a veteran guy, but obviously getting the ball on Friday night, it's a different atmosphere, and we got after it. So he looked right at home. But yeah, it was the whole staff out there. Even a guy like Alex Yearwood, who's a true walk-on. He came to walk-on tryouts. It was a beautiful story. Gets in there and strikes out 3, and so that's a really good job. So really like our pitching staff. Obviously, can't get better than night 1, but let's build off of it.
Hey, Coach. Jackson Cotton, Coach. A home run, another hit. As a freshman, also playing center field. What do you think of this performance today?
Yeah, I think for us, we've got some really talented freshmen. I've said that multiple times. You see it tonight with two freshmen in the lineup. You'll see some more tomorrow with obviously Nolan Moore getting the ball, and Nampkin will be behind the dish catching high school teammates. But yeah, Jackson's a premier athlete. I mean, he's a guy that was talking to teams getting drafted, and so we knew that, same thing. You got to get him in here and get their feet wet and get the reps going. But he's got a very high ceiling, and he works at it. Very knowledgeable of the game, and so for us, there's still a lot of jobs to be won, but really cool to see him get in there and make some big swings tonight.
Coach, was there a mentality going into this when it came to Kyle's performance? Did you expect him to go the length that he went in the innings, or is there anything, a part of the game that you sort of had in mind going into this game?
Yeah, I mean, they're all on a pitch count right now. It's early, and so they're all on the pitch count, and you just kind of watch their stuff. And so you look at it, and we felt like when we took him out, he was getting tired, and especially early, we try to be very cautious with our guys that if we see them early getting tired, one, get him out of the game for performance and also for health. And so to us, we were ready with Beaversdorf as soon as we thought. We were hoping to get it to the front, but Coach Blake was like, hey, he missed a couple spots there, and then when Kyle starts doing that, it's ready to go to the next guy. So yeah, it couldn't have drawn up any better. It's hard to get with our pitch count. It's hard to get all the way into the 6. But we throw a lot of strikes, it happens.
Hey, Coach, what is your message to the team heading into the weekend, and how do you keep this momentum going?
Yeah, for us, it's, getting to play somebody else. So these aren't the weekends you got to motivate our guys. It's more about slowing them down, taking a deep breath. I felt, innings 3 through 5, offensively, felt like they were trying to do a little too much. We had a lot of barrels and some things, the triple play and some other things happened. But, it's just baseball sometimes. And then, and then we have the midnight rule. So for us, as fun as tonight was, when midnight hits, we got to flush it, get ready for a new game tomorrow, because our goal is not just to win one of them. And so to me, that's part of our mental game of being able to celebrate the win, enjoy the win tonight, but at midnight flush it and get ready to go 1-0 tomorrow.
Yeah, going in the bottom of the 7, obviously your team's kind of grinding, trying to get those runs across, and just finally, the door just kind of came open. How proud of you for that offense, being able to, keep attacking, keep it, and before y'all were able to kind of put together a really big inning.
Yeah, you lead off there. I forget who was at second base. Dawson hit the double. Cotty didn't get the bunts down, and then maybe I shouldn't have bunted it because they hit the double, right? And then Mungie gets the hit, and then Fryman hits a homer, and then we kept scoring after that. To me, that's big. The momentum. Sometimes a homer stops the momentum because there's nobody on base, but they just kept swinging it, kept getting guys to the dish, and kept swinging it. So to me, that was a really good job. We just kind of stand where your feet are, and just get the next guy to the plate, and to keep the momentum rolling.
Coach, how big is it for players coming off the bench and getting hits like that, coming off the bench? How big is that for you? Does that fire you up as a coach?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, you look at some guys that came off the bench tonight, and they're going to be good players for this year. To me, it was really hard to make the 1 through 9 today, because I think there's a lot of guys who earn the right to play, but we only get to put 9 in there. And so, you'll see some other guys in there tomorrow. We kind of have a decent plan of what we're going to do, wanting to let the game play out. But, guys like Gingrich and DeFury there who came off the bench and they started for us a lot last year, it just tells you right now the depth we feel like in our team. And like I said, there's a lot of jobs still to be won. So really proud of those guys stepping in. Got like Manny Salas right in there. We got from junior college and gets a knock. And so we're going to need all of them. You know, last year with all the injuries we had, that was one of our goals, is to get deeper. And when it's really easy to make the lineup 1 through 9, your depth's not very good. So really feeling a good spot right now after night 1.
Sounds like a good problem to have, Coach.
Yep, no doubt.
Coach, one more thing on Alex Yearwood. He said he was a redshirt freshman, or a freshman last year, redshirt freshman this year. How has he developed from a walk-on to where he is now?
Yeah, honestly, like he like I said, he's Jackson Cotton's buddy, and he kept texting me saying, "Coach, I'm going to come to walk-on tryouts." I was like, "Cool, that's fine. Come on out." And which we do them every year. Thank God we keep doing them because he showed up, and he was 90-91, but hadn't thrown a whole lot, kind of taking it off. And then once we kind of got him back in shape, we were really slow with him. We didn't want to get him hurt. And then he comes out in the World Series and strikes out. I think it was Carson Mora and maybe I forget who the third one was. Right in the middle of the huge Game 3 of the World Series. So it kind of showed us something like, wow, this guy. And our guys say, "Coach, you don't see him well." And so to me, it's just going from not even knowing who the guy was to all of a sudden getting him in the program and trying to teach him, and then he comes in and he's got an electric breaking ball. So he keeps on the ball like that. We'll keep using him quite a bit. So
You realized that you had a chance at a inside the park home run.
Well, when I hit second, the ball was still in the air, and it was probably about 3 steps before I got to third base. I looked up and I saw Trout waving me, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta go." I didn't even look up. I was head down, thinking it was a triple, and then he waved me, and then I was just going from there.
Obviously first collegiate game, very big crowd, very electric atmosphere. Like, what did it feel like to put on that Bobcat uniform and be able to put on a show for this St. Marcus faithful?
I mean, it was awesome. I mean, I've been looking forward to this since the fall, and I mean, it was honestly just a dream come true. Like, coming out here, feeling the energy from my teammates, the crowd. I mean, it was just awesome. And when I got my first hit, man, that's the last I ever heard of stadium, man. It's just, I mean, that is what you have to feed off of, and it just honestly makes you play better. And it was an awesome experience.
Yeah, the offense kind of was struggling there for a bit until you broke it up in the 7th inning. How was this offense able to kind of be able to grind it out before putting it together in the bottom of the 7th?
I mean, it's just a bunch of grinders. I mean, if we're not going to figure it out, we're going to figure it out eventually. Like, as you saw, Chase had the big home run in the 2nd inning, and then kind of slowed down from there. But once we get going, like, it's going to keep going. And as you saw, all it takes is one hit, and it sparked the offense, and it just keeps rolling from there.
Jackson, it must have felt good to see Kyle go out there and throw 5 strong innings and rack up 8 strikeouts. How does it feel when you look at this pitching staff in this season?
I mean, that was one of the best pitch for us I've ever seen in my life. I mean, you got a guy, first time going out there opening night, he's got to have some jitters, and he went out there and threw 6 shutout innings. Like, I mean, that is just awesome. That you have to feed off of that, and it's just a great experience. And we know these dudes are tired of facing us from all fall. Like, they're tired of facing this, wanting to see some new comp. But I think we honestly prepared them, and they prepared us. So it was like, they're tired of facing us, we're tired of facing them, getting to see some new faces, and it's just compete.
Yeah, what does it feel like, you're facing, your teammates, over and over again, from the off season coming into spring? How good did it feel to finally see someone in a different color jersey?
Amazing. I'm tired of seeing the same dudes over and over again, but I think with the stuff that they have, it prepared us, because I mean, the stuff that they have is just unbelievable, and seeing that good stuff over and over again, if you might struggle with it, but then you see it over and over again, and it prepares you to see stuff like this. And you saw what happened. We go out there and we bang.
Jackson, when you were deciding between going to the MLB draft and then staying or committed to Texas State, why did you decide to be a Bobcat?
Well, I think that was just the best course of action for me. If I'm being honest, I really didn't want to come to college out of high school. I thought the draft would have been a lot better for me, but once I got kind of situated, I realized this is the place for me. I mean, as you can see from the environment tonight, there's no better place to be on the face of the earth right now.
How has Coach Linehan helped your game coming in through the spring and going into the start of the season?
It is unbelievable. That is one of the best hitting dudes I've ever talked to in my entire life. I mean, from when I took my visit here to talking with him, I talked to that dude for maybe an hour. I mean, I had a guy behind me waiting on me for like 15 minutes, and he's probably getting tired of me. But with his ability to coach us and teach us what he knows, I mean, it is unbelievable. I owe a lot of my success to Double D, from sticking with me throughout the process and just trying to make it work with me.
How does it feel to hit an inside the park home run in your first collegiate game? It is crazy to me. That must be a memory for a lifetime.
I think I blacked that out there at third base, not gonna lie. I mean, I don't think my heart stopped beating until like 2 innings later. Like, I was just so fired up, and I mean, that is one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life. I mean, that is awesome.
Yeah, Kyle, several months ago, you're working with your dad in a construction company over in Canada. Next thing you know, here you are pitching in San Marcos. Tell us about this journey you've been on, and how does it feel like to get the win today?
I mean, the journey has been crazy, and I'm just very grateful for every step of the way. I've learned something every place I've been, and just gratitude to be able to continue to play. And then just the feeling to get the win tonight was amazing. Super excited to compete with these guys. We were ready to face somebody else rather than each other. So it was just, we're having a ton of fun getting after it together, and I'm really looking forward to the.
Obviously, you guys had a lot of nerves, coming in here. Your first start. You're the first one going on Friday. Like, how are you able to kind of keep everything kind of centered and be able to put together a performance tonight?
A lot of it was just trusting my routines. I like to write stuff down and stick to my plan, and when I did that, it helps me calm my nerves. Controlling my breath is a big one. That's something I've really worked on over the last year.
Kyle, you had 8 strikeouts, including 2 innings where you struck out the side. Was there a certain plan going into this game, or did you just notice something like going through the lineup that kind of helped you be so successful?
I think we had a really good game plan going in. We'd watch some film on their hitters, and then my focus was just to execute pitches the best that I can, and just let the results speak for themselves, and just trying to focus on making every pitch out there.
How does it feel to get those first couple strikes under your belt? I mean, it looked like you had ice in your veins on that mound. Just walk me through it.
Oh man, when I came running out of the tunnel with our players, I had a ton of adrenaline going. Our guys were yelling, and I was super excited. And I just knew, hitting is hard, and my game plan is just fill up the strike zone, let your stuff play, and the guys behind me made some great plays tonight. So
You've been going up against, Texas State's batting order for most of the fall. People have been saying that, I'm tired of seeing them. Jackson's I'm tired of seeing our pitching staff and whatnot. For you, how much did it help to go up against such a prolific hitting staff that went up? They put up 13 runs.
Yeah. Oh, it helped me a ton. I think early on, it exposed a weakness for me, and then I had to work on some other pitches in order to get our guys out, which really helped me develop as a pitcher. And we just pushed each other all fall to continue to get better and continue to grow as players.
What's it mean to you to earn the slot of opening night starter?
Oh man, everything. I was very, very excited and just grateful for the opportunity. Any night I get to come out here and play baseball with my brothers is a great night.
Obviously, your pitching staff did a really phenomenal job. 15 strikeouts, only allowing 3 hits. How proud of you for your pitchers being able to pick up what you started and being able to pitch a shutout tonight?
Yeah, super proud, super proud. I mean, that's what they've prepped us to do. They pushed us to fill up the zone and let our stuff play, and I thought those guys did a great job tonight afterwards, coming in, continuing to pound the zone, and just being their best selves out there.
And after putting together a phenomenal performance, how does this pitching staff, continue where y'all left off tonight and be able to complete the series?
Yeah, I think it's just, it starts with strike 1 tomorrow, and that's got to be the focus, and once you get that, it's strike 2. So keeping it simple, focusing on one pitch at a time for us. We've got a deep staff. Everybody is capable of going in there and getting out, so it's going to be a lot of fun this season.